Juan Soto is currently sitting on the absolute throne of the baseball world, ruling the diamond with an iron fist. Just watch as Soto works his magic in Game 5, drilling a ball deep into right field for a massive game-changing home run. Soto is on track to become one of the wealthiest athletes in sports history, but the way he lives his life might actually shock you, so let us kick things off by rewinding the tape to his humble origins and his absolutely insane rise to stardom. Juan Jose Soto Pacheco was born on October 25th, 1998 in the Dominican Republic. As a young boy, Soto worshipped Dominican legends like Manny Ramirez and Robinson Cano. His father, a salesman by trade and a catcher in a local men's league, pushed his son to turn baseball into his entire life. After a long day of work, his dad would toss bottle caps at him to sharpen his hand-eye coordination and perfect his swing. Soto grew up in a rough area, and his mother strictly limited how much time he was allowed to roam the streets, so he had to get creative playing improvised baseball inside the house. Although he was naturally right-handed, he listened to his father's advice to throw and bat left-handed to gain a strategic edge on the field. That gamble paid off massively because at just 16 years old, the Washington Nationals signed him for a $1.5 million bonus in 2015. By 2016, he made his professional rookie debut with the Gulf Coast League Nationals, where he absolutely dominated, taking home the league MVP title. He hit a snag with an injury in 2017, but was still widely considered the second best prospect in the entire Nationals organization. He kicked off the 2018 season with the Single-A Hagerstown Suns before rapidly earning a promotion to the Advanced Carolina League. After batting an absurd 371 through just 15 games, the organization moved him up again, this time to the Harrisburg Senators of the Double-A Eastern League. Then just 9 days later, a bizarre twist of fate occurred during a game between the Nationals and the Dodgers. Watch this play closely. As he gets under the ball backing up, is Kendrick still moving toward the wall to make the grab? It looked like a routine play, but Howie Kendrick ruptured his Achilles tendon in that exact moment. Desperate for a replacement, the Washington Nationals made the call to bring Soto up to the major leagues for the very first time to save their outfield. Let us briefly break down his meteoric rise in the pros. Soto made his big league debut the very next day. He stepped up to the plate as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, and while he struck out in that first at-bat, the very next day he announced his arrival. Soto crushed a long ball to left field on the first pitch he saw gone. But then one of the weirdest anomalies in MLB history took place. Soto smashed this home run against the New York Yankees on June 18th, 2018, sending a long drive into right field and punishing the Yankees yet again. However, this specific game had actually started a month prior, 5 days before Soto had even made his major league debut, since he was still in the minors back on May 15th when the game was originally suspended due to terrible weather. Soto technically hit his first career home run before he had ever officially stepped onto an MLB field. So is it his first home run or his 6th? He went on to shatter almost every teenage record in the books that season, but ultimately fell short of the Rookie of the Year trophy. He became just the 3rd teenager in history to blast 20 homers, but in the following season, he went absolutely nuclear. The Nationals were trailing 3-1 in the 2019 wildcard game with the bases loaded. 1 ball, 1 strike, and he rips a base hit to right, scoring 2 runs as the ball skips past the fielder, giving the Washington Nationals the crucial lead. That clutch hit propelled the Nationals into the NLDS. His first career postseason home run arrived in Game 3, and then in a decisive Game 5 this moment happened. He sends a ball soaring into deep right center field to tie the game, and the team eventually won in 10 innings, punching their ticket to the NLCS. The Nationals proceeded to sweep the Cardinals on their path to the World Series, and Soto was unstoppable. On the first swing, he hammers a fly ball deep to left field, going, and it is long gone, landing way up under the railroad tracks. Welcome to the World Series, Juan Soto. In Game 6, Soto smashed his 3rd homer of the series to force a legendary Game 7. The Nationals would go on to capture the World Series title, the first in the history of the franchise. In 2020, he crushed a 466-foot bomb and went on to claim his first career Silver Slugger Award. By 2021, he picked up exactly where he left off, ripping a shot up the middle to help the Nationals walk off against the Braves on opening day. The following year, he was named an all-star, and put on a show in the home run derby. 2 weeks later, the baseball world was shaken when Soto was traded to the San Diego Padres. 10 days after the blockbuster move, he experienced this emotional homecoming. Juan Soto received a massive standing ovation, taking off his helmet to acknowledge the crowd. The Padres reached the NLCS, with Soto launching 2 homers in the series, though they ultimately fell short against the Phillies. Juan Soto continued his dominance in 2023, but that offseason, the Padres dealt him to the New York Yankees, where he made an immediate impact with this game-saving defensive play during his debut. A base hit to right field. Here comes the throw from Soto, here is the play at the plate, and they got him. Then this hilarious moment happened in June, when asked who has impressed him the most with the sound the ball makes off the bat. Without hesitating, he pointed to himself. Definitely hard. He was later named to his first American League All-Star team. After the break, he notched his first 3-homer game, and then this unfolded in the very next matchup. Juan Soto, fresh off that career-best performance, drives another ball deep into the air toward right. This right fielder is absolutely crushing it, launching baseballs into orbit like a man possessed, smashing 4 homers in 4 consecutive at-bats. He was an absolute beast throughout the 2024 season, racking up a career-high 41 home runs, but the real fireworks started in Game 5 of the ALCS. With the pressure on, he sent a towering fly ball dead center against Thomas, delivering a legendary 3-run blast that screamed pure Soto magic. That single swing punched the Yankees' ticket to the World Series for the first time since 2009, but the championship dream hit a wall in the final showdown. On a tense 2-2 count, he watched the final strike sail by tying the game and igniting the celebration for Los Angeles as they clinched the World Series title. Now let's dive into the financial warfare of his career, because this man has been playing high-stakes poker with his contracts before the 2022 lockout. The Nationals tried to lock him down with a massive 13-year, $350 million extension, but in a shocking move, Soto said no deal. He declared that his agent Scott Boras wanted to test the open market in 2024, though he eventually agreed to a $17.1 million deal with Washington in 2022. That move avoided arbitration, but the real drama came when Soto rejected a staggering 15-year, $440 million offer from the Nationals. Instead of cashing out, he bet on himself, signing a 1-year, $23 million contract with the Padres in 2023. He then leveled up again with a 1-year, $31 million payout from the Yankees, but insiders predict the biggest payday is yet to come after the 2024 run. Analysts project he is on the verge of landing a mind-blowing 15-year, $622 million mega deal on top of raking in $3 million annually from giants like Under Armour and Wells Fargo. So when you are generating that kind of wealth, how do you blow the cash? While playing in DC, he scooped up a modest $1,100,000 pad in Virginia. He then upgraded his lifestyle significantly in 2022, dropping $7.7 million on a luxury estate in Los Angeles. Not stopping there, he expanded his real estate portfolio the very next year by purchasing another stunning property on the exclusive Coronado Island. The man is also a sneakerhead of the highest order, debuting custom New York City-themed cleats immediately after his high-profile trade to the Bronx. These are not just shoes, they feature built-in LED laces, took 25 hours to handcraft, and set him back a cool $1,800. If you think the shoes are flashy, check the wrist. In 2022, he grabbed a Rolex Yellow Gold Cosmograph Daytona with a heavy price tag. That watch cost him $49,500, but he outdid himself with a custom Soto Shuffle chain completely iced out in diamonds. The stones were hand-set specifically for durability, so he could actually wear the piece during games, adding to a collection that includes a Cuban rose gold chain. He also rocks an iced-out Rolex Rose Gold Day date, and to keep this treasure trove safe, he dropped another $3,200 on a custom leather travel case. Shifting gears to his personal life, Soto is a dedicated family man who keeps his circle tight and his relatives close at every single game. The bond is so strong that his dad famously tackled him on the field in pure joy following his wildcard walk-off victory back in 2019. Baseball runs deep in the bloodline, as his brother Elian is also a talented player who signed a minor league contract with the Nationals in 2023. When he is not crushing baseballs, he is crushing buttons. His favorite downtime hobby is video games, specifically dominating in MLB The Show. In a twist of irony, he was actually playing Nintendo with friends when Padres manager A.J. Preller called to break the news that he had been traded to New York. To keep himself grounded, he loves hunting down authentic Caribbean food spots that remind him of his roots and the flavors of home. His inner circle includes MLB stars like Gleyber Torres and Ronald Acuna, and he is known as a man of the people who loves giving back to the community. However, his career has not been without some bizarre friction. Early on, Braves announcer Joe Simpson sparked a weird controversy with comments about Soto's physique. Simpson remarked that if Soto was truly 19, he certainly had man growth, implying he was unnaturally big and strong for a teenager. That performance led some analysts and paranoid fans to question if his age was legitimate, sparking a brief conspiracy theory until others rushed to his defense. Simpson eventually apologized during the second game of a doubleheader, clarifying his strange comments on live air. He admitted Soto is indeed 19, but built like a full-grown man, suggesting they should just engrave his name on the Rookie of the Year trophy immediately. Just a day later, Soto found himself in hot water, again facing his first major on-field controversy involving umpire Greg Gibson. After being ejected, Soto dug into the batter's box, stared down Gibson, and did his signature shuffle, clearly still fuming about the previous pitch. He was muttering about the strike zone, claiming the last pitch was a ball, which prompted Gibson to snap back, asking, "What did you say to me?" That little exchange was the final straw, resulting in Soto's first career ejection and cementing his reputation as a fiery competitor. The drama followed him to the Yankees, where he was initially called safe on a chaotic play at first base involving Josh Naylor. It looked like the fielder stepped on the bag first, but Soto literally plowed through, knocking Naylor off his feet in a massive collision. The call was overturned to an out after review thanks to a great play by Freeman, proving that while you can argue calls, you cannot argue with the replay. A month later, things got weird again when an infield fly rule was called, leading to a potential double play based on interference. Soto was accused of not allowing Nato to make the play, resulting in him being ruled out in a bizarre sequence of events. The confusion on the field was so intense that manager Aaron Boone ended up getting ejected while trying to defend his superstar slugger. At this stage, you have to be wondering about the total haul, and since he is on the brink of his largest contract ever, his net worth is about to skyrocket. As it stands today, his total career earnings have already hit a massive $82,034,000, and the meter is still running.